We are looking at enhancing the number hunt project from the YByte Python curriculum available at www.ybyte.in. Now, one of what we've done is to make this entire game work in 2 dimensions, which makes it quite interesting. We saw how we can get the player to guess, and then how we can get the computer to guess. In this video, we'll just extend the computer's code to even do a binary search, which, as we see, is very, very efficient. In fact, the infrastructure is all set up. We have already done this for the linear search. We will use the same infrastructure with very little changes, and this becomes a binary search. And that's the attractive part about this, because the code is already in a very highly, let's say in a compact form. Now, what I'm going to do is to use two lists. Remember, binary search requires us to maintain low and high. So again, just like the guess step and all of that, I'm going to treat low and high also as lists. Two elements. First one refers to the let's say the x, and second one refers to the y. So I set these both to 100 and 100. Now in binary search, I make a guess by saying that, look, the guess is an average of low and high. Now in this case, clearly I have got to make two guesses, because for x and for y. So again, I just run inside this, I run a for loop. I say for, let's say, kk in range, say 2, say guess kk. Now remember, I must update both the elements of guess, because one is for x, one is for y. I just do exactly what I used to do for the binary search. So I say round kk plus round kk, in round of, say, low kk plus high kk, kind of like the average of the two. And I have to be very careful with the bracket here, because this is what I need to do. So I must first do low plus high, put that in the bracket, divide that by 2, and round that whole thing. So that's my guess. Now this will form my guess. I ask my question. Now, just like earlier, when we were faced with this situation, if the answer was, let's say, S, I would basically go, and so I'm going to comment this out for now, and I'm instead writing high kk is equal to guess kk, because basically if I'm saying my answer is smaller, then I'm going to say, well, whatever the guess is right now, I'm going to make that the higher limit. And likewise, when it comes to the answer being lower, I'm going to say, look, let me comment this out. And here I just go and say, low, say, kk is equal to guess kk. Now, given that this kk goes to 0 and then to 1, both of these get updated. And in fact, this is all we need. Now this code is going to run a binary search. Everything else is just set up. So if I, let's say, run this code, let me just make this a bit bigger so it's easier to read. I'm going to run this code, and I say, okay, let's say click enter when ready. Now it asks me, notice, it asks me, are you 50-50? Because that's where the the average of low and high is right now 50. So let's say my number was 25-65. So I say lower on x, smaller on x, larger on y. So it says, are you on 25? Let's say it was 30-60. So we can so that there's something to do. So I say, okay, look, it's larger on x, smaller on y. So I try 38-62. Now it's smaller on both, so I say smaller and smaller. So it goes to 32-56. Now it's smaller and larger. 30-60 is where I'm going. So I say 28-59. It is so it is again larger, and I'm converging clearly, larger and larger. So I go to 30-60, and this is what I needed to do. So I say yes, yes, and I'm done. Right. So 6 attempts to get it. Clearly a binary search has gone on here. Now notice how easily you could change this code, because the code was written in a very compact manner. I hope you found this interesting. Look at the thought process, look at the way of approaching the problems, because that is going to help you in building bigger projects. In general, if you think this way of learning works for you, it's interesting for you, look at our website, because we have many such activities. Take care. Thank you so much. Bye bye.